So bullet journals have been out, I guess, for a year or two, but I only came across them on Pinterest a couple of weeks ago. And they're just, you use them the same as a normal journal. You use them to keep track of your daily life, record how things went that day. The way that it's different is instead of lined paper for just writing, it's got this dot grid pattern, which gives you a lot more freedom in visually doing it. It's got this so you can draw in calendar pieces or whatever. It keeps everything nice and square. And they're like gray dots, so they're easy for you to see, but once you have your page done up, they don't show up very much, so that's nice. Now this one I found on Amazon. I just searched dot grid journal. It's 8.5 by 11, and this was labeled an extra large. And this one was 6 something, so it wasn't too much. And to get started, all you really need is the journal itself and a pen. Most people will have a set of these fine tip markers. I think these ones are Staedtler. I'm just not sure if that's how you write it, but they're just felt tip fine markers. And I also use some Crayola Super Tips fine tip markers for filling in big spaces. And I picked up some of this. I did not pay $5 for that. It was 70% off. Just some pretty shiny tape. I got these, also 70% off. And they're just different words. But you know, who could resist that? And yeah, that's everything I have so far. I'll probably get more as I go. Now, so far for pages, I've only done a few. I left this first one blank because a lot of them I've seen have like an index or something in it if you want to keep track and find things easy, and they actually number the pages. So I left that page blank in case I wanted to do that. And this first page, August is next month, so I figured I'd start with that. And it looked better before I did it on the back. You can see the next page, my pens kind of bleed through. You can either just do one-sided if your markers do that, or I might see if I can find some that don't bleed. But I put the August calendar in here. As you can see, the grid pattern is to keep everything lined up. If you want it to look super crisp, you can use a ruler, but I really don't care about that. So I've got my whole calendar in. Put some fruits. This is a really simple page because obviously I'm just starting. And really, when you're just starting out like this, if you just search for bullet journal on Pinterest, you're going to find a ton of different things. Now this one is a mood tracker, which is very popular, and you'll find a ton of these on there. But you just do some kind of picture, label it for each day, and then you can track your mood for that day. And again, super simple because I'm just starting out. This is one of my favorites. You just do your big space here, draw out your pieces, and then as you do each chore, you get to put that piece in your space here. And I haven't filled them all in yet. I figured I'd go, and as I thought of more, I'd fill them in. This one is the thing I have the most trouble with, so I put it on that piece because I knew I would have holes and it would force me to do dishes to finish my piece. This one, also a pretty simple page. It's a summer bucket list, which having something like this will not only encourage you to do the things you want to do, but it'll help you think about it, make a point to do what you want to do. And then you can go back later the next year or something and see, oh, I really like doing this, or hey, I didn't get to do that last year. And when you're just starting out like this, if you see something you like on Pinterest, don't be afraid to just copy it. I mean, nobody's gonna care. And after you've done a few and have some practice, you'll be like, oh, I like this top piece for this thing. I like the banner idea. And I like doing the flower here, so I'll do that next time. The more you do it, the more you'll get used to it. The more you'll see what you like, and you'll be able to cater it more to what you want. like on this. You can put your chores, or say, hey, I really didn't need this one here. I cook every day anyway. Or somebody else does the cooking, so I don't need that one, and tailor it the next time. This page, pretty self-explanatory. You can see as I got going, I got a little more creative. This is a pretty popular way to do it. And I think this is going to be really useful when I fill it in. Now this was one that I started doing first before I actually bought a proper journal. You can see it's got the grid pattern, which still worked just as well. But obviously it's prettier without it. So you can see I put the same game, and I had that on the next part. And this is what I wanted you to see in this one. It's really cool. You can do cool quotes and then just decorate it. Or here I put things I'd like. Because I know whenever my birthday comes around, people ask me, oh, what do you want for your birthday? And I know there's things I want, and I can never think of it. So I think this is a good one for me to have. But when you go on here, you see lots of cool things like border ideas. There's a cool page. Quote with a map. I've seen those a lot too. You do the map and then you color it in as you visit places. Simple pattern ideas. Monopoly setup for saving money. I think I'm going to do one of these with different movies that I watched this summer. I mean, there's tons of stuff on there. How to do different fonts, different little art pieces.